John, last we spoke, I spoke to you from a comic book store back room for
yes.
SFX magazine.
That's right, I do remember that.
And when we spoke...
You cleaned up from there.
I have slightly. I was playing board games on a Wednesday evening, and
true.
we're now in the Corinthia, so times have changed somewhat. But back then, I knew you could direct a good group number. You know, 96,000 was... that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Thank you. Had a good time.
One Short Day was ethereal, I've got to say. One Short Day, I nearly ascended from my seat.
That's so nice.
But wondering, watching these big group numbers, how you decide when to zoom in on character, focus on character within the song, and then zoom out again and let the choreography do the talking. What's the process behind that?
That's a lot of head banging on a wall over and over again. I work really closely with my choreographer, Christopher Scott, and he built an amazing team that we build this thing together. And with Alice Brooks, who's the camera. I mean, those three things, of course, with production design and costumes, is really sort of the structure of this, architecture of it. And we do it iteratively. There was a concept of what we wanted, that we wanted to experience Emerald City in a way that we haven't experienced it before. We needed to see the size and scope of Emerald City because we wanted to feel like these girls were entering this metropolitan area, and yet at the same time, we wanted to be as personal as we can. So this idea of like just shooting all the way through and seeing and going and never stopping through that one first opening shot was really important to us. We had built it in the Unreal Engine, so I could take this sort of video game style to it and go in and the music is fast. Like what we realize is like, oh my gosh, we don't actually have much time to get through. How do you enjoy this huge set that we're going to build?
To wander and enjoy.
We did, yes, we did, 50 versions of this. I mean, it drove us crazy. And Chris choreographed this thing. And when we got there, actually, for the first rehearsal on the set, which was probably like 2 days before we're shooting it, we realized that what we had structured, even in the Unreal, it wasn't the right way to go. The camera wasn't feeling it right. So we did this sort of first-person thing. We're going to go all the way through, and the path isn't going to wrap around. We're just going to go straight. And that allowed us the audience to then sit and watch. Every time we cut, your brain has to like catch up. Where are we? What is this? How about? So you have like 3 steps, and then the number's over, and then numbers to the next thing. So by settling in there, that was the main thing. And anyway, that is a combination of all those things that we sort of figured out.
Because I watched a clip of you saying you only had 2 takes.
Those were
an over-exaggeration?
No, those were the last 2 takes.
The last 2 takes.
That's the last push. We had done it many times. I was just like, everyone was tired, their feet were bleeding, and I was like, listen, we got 2 takes left.
In the same clip as well, I see you telling off Ariana for taking postcards on the set. What did you take? What did you wish you took?
I took so much. I took so much.
Go on, give us a teaser.
I took some of the newspapers. I took some of the coins and things. I took tickets and things. I took in the train scene, they have like actual tickets to Emerald City. I took some of those, and I have a broomstick, and I have a couple things.
That's very cool.
Oh, we have a 3D model of the train.
I saw on your shelf. I remember,
yes.
Finally, I guess to wrap up, you're going to have to do this all again next year.
Oh yeah.
What are you most excited for people to see in part 2? Is there a song, a moment that you're just buzzing for, or is that giving too much away?
We have some new songs that I think are really beautiful and amazing and compelling, and will fit into the catalog very well.
Is that written by Stephen Schwartz?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Okay.
He is the man. And I think if movie 1 is about choices, movie 2 is about consequences, and that there's no such thing as happily ever after. That consequences can be more complicated. And what does it mean? Everyone says there's no place like home. But what happens when that home doesn't even want you? What happens when the home doesn't like you? Why are you defending it? Why are you staying? These are the questions that we start to question, and is it worth defending? And do you try to change your home?
And that's all to come in Wicked.
All to come.
Part 2, November 22nd?
I think it's the same
November
time.
22nd.